Hi everyone. I am here to share my art gallery video presentation with the three artworks that really have helped over this course to deepen and shape my thinking about identity, belonging, and equity in schools and outside of schools. Each of these has pushed me in a different way that helped me see equity on a much deeper level and through a much more human lens. Slide 1. I picked for Module 1, Who Am I? The two Fridas painting, which is honestly one of my absolute favorite paintings. I love Frida Kahlo. And I love this because in the beginning, it had me look at who I was, but now as we do this project, it had me look even deeper and change how I actually see it. You can see the two versions of them sitting side by side. And I see now, as I looked further, the big issue of her hiding herself. They are connected with one vein, but on the one side, she is wearing her traditional ethnic clothing that she feels she has to hide when you look at the other outfit where she is much more Eurocentric and wearing exactly what is accepted. So she's having to hide part of herself. A lot like we do as educators and students. We all need to be able to look inside and know who we truly are in order to run an equitable classroom that's open where students feel safe to do the same, which is definitely their right. We have to remember that there are parts of our students that feel safe and parts that don't. And often the parts that don't are the parts that are most important. Their language, their culture, their identity. And we need to be celebrating that and never, ever hiding it. This painting helped me see how identity is not just personal. It's shaped by messages students get at school on the inequitable treatment that often happens to marginalized children, like the way they are disciplined, the way they are put in lower classes, the way they are expected to hide their languages. And we need to confront that. And this course has taught us that that is certainly not by mistake, but it is built into the system, and it is our job to create spaces that don't allow that and where they don't feel that they have to hide. All right, the next slide I picked was from Module 2, Who Are We? By Keith Haring. I love his art. It is from the 90s and the 80s, and I'm older, so I definitely remember these, and they stand out to me. I chose this because once I learned the context, I had to pick it. Who are we? He created this during the AIDS crisis, and then it took on a whole new meaning. The figures are overlapping and makes me think of community and belonging. And this artist was somebody who stood up for equity and who himself and the AIDS community was in a time when that was very kept quiet and not really talked about. He stood up, broke down the barriers, and his artwork sent a message of equity. And it made everyone feel like they are welcome. These figures are overlapping, and it makes me think about how who we are as collective, as a community, as a classroom, and we are better together, linked together, like this painting is, which some students had pointed out to me in my feedback. It's like they're all pieces of a puzzle, and a puzzle can't be complete without all of its pieces. And here, all of the pieces are that show who we are and celebrates it in such a beautiful way. Where's my button to move over? Here we go. The last one I chose was from Module 8, Got Culture. This is the We Belong mural. I love a lot of these. I absolutely love this one. I love a mural. I love tile. I love the color. But most importantly is the message on here. We all belong. It grabbed me right away with the colors and everything else. But what made it really meaningful was learning that students actually helped create this. So within this mural, there are things they created which were somehow attached to the tiles. So it's like literally their hands are on this wall. They walk into this school and they can see their work. A lot of schools mostly show dominant cultural narratives, and students of color, multilingual learners, and students with disabilities barely see themselves represented. But I feel like this here represents every single one of us. Not only is it like, oh, you belong here, but every single one of you, just as you are, belongs here. And that's why I am so in love with this. It also made me think about equity in a deeper way. Not just is the space welcoming, but is everyone represented? Who's left out and why? Which schools even get access to things like this? I don't see any of these in the school I work at. Probably because we have fewer resources and it's about 50-something% poverty level. So at my own school, it's very gray and there's a new wing. And every time I walk in now, I want to see a mural like this. I want to know how to get one. I think it would make everyone feel happy, students, staff, just to see this every day. It's so uplifting and such a great reminder and so positive. Who wouldn't want to see this every single day? I mean, I'm absolutely in love. So I actually did a deep dive and I found Green Star Chicago. They actually do murals like this, so you can apply to have one do them at your school, and I'm very excited to add that to my plan of things that I want to do. I just wanted to say a closing piece. Across all these pieces, the biggest thing I learned is that belonging is absolutely not accidental. Unfortunately, neither are the inequities that are deeply built into these systems, which was really heartbreaking. I mean, I knew it happened, but this class made me see that even more and got me even more fired up than I already am on loving equity to do all that I can to make sure that I can help dismantle this no matter what it takes. I am also very excited that now I have more tools in my pocket to use to make sure that I am certain to build an equitable classroom with a welcoming environment where everyone is accepted and safe, absolutely being themselves, and we celebrate that, and that it's something we never have to hide. It's really important to me because I'm older, and when I went to school, we were meant to be seen and not heard. And how fortunate, I know we have a long way to go, but how fortunate am I and all of us to be becoming teachers in this time when breaking down walls and equity are very important, and getting to be yourself, which I see in the school I work at, is so accepted and celebrated. And I'm so happy that my young kids get to go to school at this time, unlike when I went. And I'm very committed to carrying all that I learned and all this work with me, not just at school, but anywhere I can. And before I wrap up, I definitely have to say thank you to Professor Morales, as well as all of you, my classmates. You guys all helped make this such a meaningful experience. Everyone was so honest and open, and I feel like we learned a ton from each other, more than I ever have in any of my other online classes. This class was definitely tough, but I learned so much, and here we all are at the end, doing our final presentations. I truly look forward to becoming a teacher with all of you in this amazing time, and I'm so excited to see what we all can do to make this a more equitable world.